Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and in the spirit of Christmas, I decided to do my top 10 favorite Christmas movies of all time. So, yeah, before I begin though, I do want to preface this that this encompasses a lot of different types of Christmas movies. So, there's going to be traditional Christmas movies here, and there's going to be alternative Christmas movies here. So, yeah, and also keep in mind that I haven't really seen every single Christmas movie there is out there, whether it be classic, alternative, or whatever. I haven't seen every single Christmas movie out there, so there may be some iconic Christmas movies that aren't on this list because I haven't seen them. By that same virtue, maybe they're not here because they're just not my favorites. So, yeah. So, first off, let's start off with some honorable mentions, and yeah. So first up, we have A Christmas Story. So I'm going to review this one this year, so I'll probably leave some kind of annotation or whatever somewhere here so you guys can check it out. But I do like this movie. I am going to say that right now. I do like this movie. The reason it's so low on the list mostly is because it doesn't really resonate with me all that much. I do find it to be a really cute and adorable movie, and I really do like the fact that Ralphie is always struggling to get his Red Ryder BB gun, and the fact that he's always having to deal with these troubles, whether it be a bully or a pink rabbit or swearing in front of his dad or whatnot. And I do like that, but I just don't really feel like it resonates that much when it comes to the Christmas movie. However, I do find it to be a rather enjoyable film as a whole. I just wish I could resonate with it a bit more, and that's really the only issue I have with this movie. But overall, I do think it is a great Christmas movie, and again, I did review it for this year, so do stay tuned for that. Now, on to number 9. So, for number 9, I'd have to choose Elf. It's just so funny. It has to be one of the best comedies ever made, period, in my opinion. And to be honest, I actually don't like that many comedies. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's actually really hard for me to laugh, and this is one of those movies that I really do laugh. And it's one of those laughs that's, the comedy here, it's kind of cringy, to be honest. Like, he has so many weird scenes where it's just not good for the elf, for Buddy the Elf, to do some of the things he's doing, like being in the women's bathroom and singing Christmas songs. Like, that's weird as shit, but it works with Will Ferrell because he knows how to portray that type of character, and it's obviously really good. I mean, Will Ferrell is just a great actor with Step Brothers, Anchorman, the other guys, and all the other movies he's been in. Zoolander 2, I believe he was in that too. And overall, he's just a great guy for comedy, and as Elf, I don't think they could have chosen a better guy for Buddy the Elf. Overall, just great story, and even after that, it's a great story of this guy trying to find his father, his long-lost father, and it's just ridiculous, and I do like at the end you have to say, I believe in Santa, to get Santa's sleigh off, and so they could deliver all the presents. That was great, in my opinion. So, for number 9, I'd have to choose Elf. Now, for number 8, it's going to have to be You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. So yeah, okay, I can't sing to save my life, to be honest. But yeah, number 8, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original 1966 movie. It's amazing in my opinion, and it's one of the few short films, TV specials during Christmas that I could actually stand. Because to be honest, I really can't stand the Santa Claus one, the Santa Claus stop motion one. I really can't stand that one, and I actually do not like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer TV special, to be honest. There's very few Christmas TV specials I could stand, and this is definitely one of them. It's by far probably the best adaptation of a Dr. Seuss novel book there's ever been, so that's also saying a lot. Overall, it's just a great one, and it's probably one of the front runners for TV specials when it comes to Christmas. It's obviously iconic, and most people will probably say that this is the best, but in my opinion, it's the second best. I already said that I don't like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the one Santa Claus special, so that should more or less give you a hint as to what my favorite one is. So yeah, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. I can't sing to save my life. On to number 7. The Polar Express. So yeah, again, I can't sing to save my life. Let me just try one more time. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Okay, again, I can't sing. And now I wish I had some hot chocolate. I made myself some hot chocolate. So, where were we? Okay, yeah, the Polar Express. Let me put this down for a second. The Polar Express is a great animated movie, in my opinion. And it's directed by Robert Zemeckis, which, in my opinion, he's a really underrated director. I mean, he made the Back to the Future movies, which, that already makes him a great legend. But he also made Forrest Gump and Castaway, and overall, he's just an incredible director. And the fact that, first off, he's a really underrated movie director. But for him specifically, I feel like this has to be one of his more underrated movies in general. I mean, it has just so much heart, and overall, I just enjoy the living shit out of this movie. It's great. Tom Hanks as the conductor was great, in my opinion. I believe he played like 3 or 4 different roles here. So yeah, overall, he was great, in my opinion, as the head actor. I guess is how you'd say it. Tom Hanks. Goddammit, I can't talk. I'm thinking about hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. And yes, I do have a spoon here because reasons. On to number 6. At number 6, we have Edward Scissorhands. Now, this is kind of awkward because Edward Scissorhands is actually my second favorite movie of all time, just behind One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So why is it number 6? The reason is because I actually don't consider this to be a Christmas movie all that much. It doesn't really dawn on me that this is a Christmas movie, and that's the reason why it's number 6 in this list. But when it comes to my favorite movies of all time, it's like number 2. It's because I don't really consider this to be a Christmas movie. It's not until I watched a few videos that I'm like, holy shit, they're right. Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie. It takes place in Christmas time. It's just one of those movies I don't really consider to be a Christmas movie, but hey, it is a Christmas movie. But I mean, I have watched it during. Actually, funny thing is, the first time I watched this movie was during Christmas when I was like 7 years old. But hey, go figure. But overall, I just really like this movie. Again, it's my second favorite movie of all time. It's just a favorite childhood film, in my opinion, and it's just one of those movies I can't really talk about without going way too in deep. So I'll just say that I never really considered this to be that much of a Christmas movie till like right now when I'm making this list. So it's still a great movie, and I definitely do think that this is one of Johnny Depp's best performances, period. So yeah, Edward Scissorhands, number 6, but number 2 on my favorite movies of all time list. So yeah, now on to number 5. At number 5, we have the Gremlins. Now, funny thing, when I actually first saw this movie, I didn't know this was a Christmas film. I went into this movie completely blind. All I knew is that it had Gizmo, and if you fed or let it have water or fed it after midnight, it would become this little mogwai or whatever the fuck it's called. So yeah, so when I first found out this was a Christmas film, I was like, holy shit. Okay, I'm watching a Christmas film during the summer. That was my first thought. My second thought, this is a fun as fuck movie, and this is a movie I need to watch every Christmas, and I have watched it every Christmas for the past 2 years. Right? Yeah, 2 years. So, yeah, overall, it's a really funny movie, to be honest. The fact that you can't really feed these little animals or creatures after midnight, it's just fucking hilarious, in my opinion. And overall, I do like the premise of it. And Gizmo and the little mogwais, or whatever they're called, they're just so cute, they're funny, and I just kind of wish I had one. Now, would I feed it, or let it drink anything or whatever, after midnight? That's actually a good question. Would I do that? I mean, to be fair, the instructions are kind of debatable, even as it is, and to the point that there's a whole fan theory behind that, which I actually did cover, so search that up in the channel. Overall, though, it's a fun movie. Didn't realize it was a Christmas movie when I first watched it, or actually I didn't know, but watched it, loved it, and now we're here. It's number 5 on my list. Now, on to number 4. So at number 4, we have Die Hard. And funny thing, before I started doing this video, Die Hard was the movie I was watching. So I mean, nothing's more iconic in action films, arguably, than John McClane going to Nakatomi Plaza and just going up against Alan Rickman, which, yeah, it's sad that he died. Fuck. There's a bunch of people that died this year, but that's besides the point. Rip Alan Rickman. Yeah, but this was his introduction to the American audience, and yeah, he was great. I mean, there's not many roles that Alan Rickman could be known for besides maybe Severus Snape. I mean, I think Severus Snape aside, Hans Gruber's probably going to be his most iconic role, period. I mean, Galaxy Quest and Sweeney Todd could probably give him a run for his money, at least according to his IMDb page. But straight up, Severus Snape and Hans Gruber are probably the roles that everybody's going to remember Alan Rickman for. And I mean, John McClane, Bruce Willis as John McClane. I mean, you can't really have a more iconic action hero, arguably. I mean, again, granted, you do have the Terminator, Dirty Harry, the Man with No Name, Mad Max, but John McClane has to be up there when it comes to action heroes, just classic action heroes. Again, arguably there's no bigger name than John McClane and Hans Gruber for action hero and villains. And overall, just a great movie, great action scene, definitely one of the best action scenes, period. And in my opinion, it's my second favorite action movie of all time. Number 2 being Terminator 2: Judgment Day. So, yeah. Now on to number 3. Frosty the Snowman is a happy, jolly soul. So yeah, Frosty the Snowman has to be my third one. In my opinion, I like it better than How the Grinch Stole Christmas when it comes to TV specials. Christmas TV specials, it's just great. I first watched this when I was like 6 years old, I want to say, and it's just stuck around with me. I have the DVD for it. Overall, I just love this movie, and for those who don't know, which you probably don't, I'm currently taking ASL, American Sign Language, and we recently had to do a project where we had to basically do a song in ASL, and I chose Frosty the Snowman. I failed miserably, I'm not going to lie, but I tried. I'll be surprised if I got anything higher than a C for that project, though. I haven't checked my grades yet on that, but probably should. Yeah, but Frosty the Snowman is a happy, jolly soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. So yeah, that's as much as I got, to be honest, or at least as much as I remembered. So yeah, but Frosty the Snowman is just great in my opinion, and I'm actually doing a review this year for The Legend of Frosty the Snowman, which is basically the best sequel to it. Frosty the Snowman is actually a franchise, believe it or not, with 4 movies or short films or whatever. And the 4th one is really the best sequel to it, or the closest thing you can call to a sequel to this one. And let's be honest, you guys want to watch my review for Legend of Frosty the Snowman, because I went all out on that movie review. I was pissed shitless at that movie, to be honest. Because, let's just go with this, they fucked up the backstory to Frosty the Snowman, and I went all out. It was a fucking rant. So, definitely do watch my review of Legend of Frosty the Snowman, and then watch my review of Frosty the Snowman, which I reviewed last year, maybe, or I want to say, or maybe 2 years ago. I forget which one, but great movie in my opinion. I really like it, and it's just another childhood classic in my opinion. Frosty the Snowman is a happy, jolly soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Then, girl, there I go again. I can't sing to save my life. On to number 2. At number 2, we have Home Alone, the original, and holy shit, first off, worst parents ever. Arguably one of the worst parents ever. How do you leave your kid at home? And Macaulay Culkin, despite how he turned out, right now he's doing the Pizza Underground, which is a band of his. Despite how he turned out, you can't deny that he was a great child actor, and Home Alone is just a great movie. It's a classic Christmas movie in my opinion. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies, obviously, as you can tell. I mean, overall, it's not just Macaulay Culkin. You have Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern here playing the Sticky Bandits or the Wet Bandits, and they're trying to rob this house, and the fact that they're getting outwitted by this kid is just fucking hysterical. And when you think about it, this movie came out on the same year as Goodfellas. So we saw two different incredible performances by Joe Pesci. One as a gangster, and you talking to me? Well, you think I'm funny? I'm funny like I'm a clown. And then he's like, then you turn around here, and he's like, shut the fuck up. We have to get this kid. Come on, let's fucking kill this kid, pop him in the head, and get the fuck out. It's just hilarious in my opinion. Just the shenanigans between it all. And honestly, there's this theory going around that Macaulay Culkin's character, Kevin McAllister, he may end up being Saw, or the guy from the Saw movies. Do I buy it? It's batshit crazy. Would I buy it? I have no idea, to be honest. But overall, great movie in my opinion. I really enjoy this movie. Home Alone is great, but there's only one movie that's better than Home Alone, and I'm pretty sure you guys could take a guess what movie that is, given this one. So, yeah. Now, before we actually get to that point, however, let's just do a rundown at what we've seen thus far. So, in the honorable mentions, we have Frozen, Rise of the Guardians, Krampus, Batman Returns, and The Gold Rush. Now, number 10, we have A Christmas Story. Number 9, Elf. Number 8, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original. Number 7, The Polar Express. Number 6, Edward Scissorhands. Number 5, Gremlins. Number 4, Die Hard. Number 3, Frosty the Snowman. And number 2, Home Alone. So what could be number 1? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. So, number 1, my number 1 favorite Christmas movie of all time is, drumroll, no shit, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York is my favorite Christmas film of all time. Now, let's just get this out of the way. It's a remake of the original. So, yeah, a sequel is a remake at the same time. I don't know how that works, but it just works so perfectly. The thing is with Home Alone 2, as opposed to Home Alone 1, okay, in Home Alone 1, you have it very contained, in my opinion. It's on this one house, so he is home alone. Whereas here, he's lost in New York. So you see him going around the whole city, going to the toy shop, just going through Battery Park, I believe. And it's just great. I mean, you have the pigeon lady, who in a sense is kind of like Marley from the first movie. But then you have so many great elements. Here you have Tim Curry playing the concierge, which is great. You have an early role of Rob Schneider as like the bellhop, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And overall, the Sticky Bandits are back. Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern still killing it in my opinion. And I just like all the callbacks to the original. One of the best ones has to be with the cans, with the paint cans, where Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci, they're like going up the stairs and they're like, wait, deja vu. Remember what happened last year? Okay, let's pretend like this is happening. So bam, 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 bow, with the paint cans. He's like, okay, now watch this. Bow, okay, now we're going up. Boo, boo, boo. And then just have this giant-ass metal bar going through them. And they should be dead. Like, in combination with the first movie and this one, Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci should realistically be dead. I mean, Daniel Stern always gets it worse in my opinion because he gets bricks to their faces. Even the original, he slid down the stairs and got electrocuted. Also, I think in this movie, granted, it is a whole cartoon, basically a live-action cartoon, but it's just great in my opinion. Home Alone 2 is the best Christmas movie in my opinion. I just love it, and any Home Alone movie made after this does not exist. We do not talk about it. Do not talk about it. I'm looking at you, Dr. Movie 98 or 91. Besides the point, I'm brain dead right now. So yeah, all other Home Alone movies do not exist. It's just this one, and it's just Home Alone and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. We do not talk about the other 3 rumored Home Alone movies. Those do not exist. Do not ever talk about them. We don't know what you're talking about. Goodbye. Okay, now, yeah, that's it. Nah, and that's basically my list. So just to go over it one more time, the honorable mentions: Frozen, Rise of the Guardians, Krampus, Batman Returns, and The Gold Rush. Number 10, A Christmas Story. Number 9, Elf. Number 8, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Number 7, The Polar Express. Number 6, Edward Scissorhands. Number 5, Gremlins. Number 4, Die Hard. Number 3, Frosty the Snowman. Number 2, Home Alone. And number 1, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. So yeah, what's your favorite Christmas film of all time, or what's your top 10 or whatever? Comment all that time to let them know. Very interested to see what you guys have to say about this. And yeah, it's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever you prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.